Hey and welcome to the Daily Man United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Erik Tanhaag pays tribute to magnificent Casimiro. Erik Tanhaag has paid tribute to Casimiro at his press conference ahead of Manchester United trip to Wolverhampton United round of the year with the game at Molino, where they will be looking to continue the progress made under the Dutchman. Casimiro has been a crucial part of that, having taken next to no time to adjust to the demands of English football after it joining from Real Madrid. Tanhaag was asked about the Brazilian anchorman and said he is so pleased that Real Madrid decided to sell him over the summer. He said, "Yeah, I am happy they did, but you also see him involved at the World Cup. He is a magnificent player. My analysis was before the start of the season, we needed a number 6, and he is fulfilling that 6th position. In the preseason, I remember we had a lot of discussions in this room, but you need the right player, and definitely we have the right player. I am really happy for Manchester United and for this team to have him, because he is raising the limits from Manchester United. United have needed a midfield revamp for a number of years now, and it was clear that the access of Scott McTominay and Fred would not take the club where they needed to go. Casemiro is an established world-class player with experience of playing in the very biggest matches and winning the highest honors in the game. He is consummate professional, and it seems like he brings out the best in the players around him, allowing them to go and flourish. Another big performance would be ideal to round off the year against a Wolves side who look improved under a new manager, Julian Lopetegui. By the way, while you are watching the news now, United might be playing or have already played the match. Man United ready to accelerate contract talks with Diogo Dalot. Manchester United are ready to accelerate contract talks with defender Diogo Dalot, according to Portuguese outlet O Jogo. The 23-year-old has been an undisputed starter from the right-back role under manager Erik Tanhaag this term, and he has only missed 3 games through suspension and injury. United recently triggered a 12-month extension clause in his contract, and it's now claimed that they want to accelerate talks over a new deal to ward off potential suitors. Dalot's position is unquestionable under Tanhaag, and it's claimed that the club want to add at least 5 more years to his current contract expiring in the summer of 2024. Dalo has been one of United's most improved players under Tanhaag. The Portuguese has been playing with confidence behind him after earning the manager's trust. Goal recently described him as an undroppable player, and that has definitely been the case. Before the World Cup, Dalo started in 20 out of the club's 21 matches. The Portuguese has missed 2 games after the season restart with a hamstring injury, but could start against Wolverhampton Wanderers today. Meanwhile, United must finalize a new contract for Dalo quickly amid high-profile interest. The likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid have an eye on the £28 million rated star. He is currently one of the lowest earners at £25,000 a week, and could easily earn around £100,000 weekly if he agrees to put pen to paper on a long-term deal. Erik Tanhaag delighted for Aaron Wan-Bissaka after revival at Man United. Manchester United manager Erik Tanhaag has expressed his delight over how Aaron Wan-Bissaka has performed since the season restart after the World Cup break. The right-back was out of favour under the Dutchman earlier this season. He played just 4 minutes off the bench as Diogo Dalot started in 20 of the club's 21 games. Wan-Bissaka has now got the chance after Dalot's hamstring injury, and Tanhaag is happy with the way he has performed against Burnley and Nottingham Forest this month. Speaking ahead of the Wolverhampton Wanderers game on New Year's Eve, Tanhaag said that Wan-Bissaka previously struggled for minutes as he was either injured or ill. He added that the 25-year-old has been doing really well over the past 2 games for the club and acknowledged the need for competition in the right-back department, he told ManUnited.com. In the first half of the season, he was either injured or ill, so you don't have a role in the squad. He returned. He was in the training camp in Spain, where he could play some games in preparation for the restart. Now he has played 2 games and he is doing really well, so I am happy with his performance. But we need that competition in our squad. Earlier this month, there was much talk about United interest in signing a new right-back. Wan-Bissaka was fancied to leave on a temporary deal. However, the former Crystal Palace man has managed to transform his fortunes, having impressed in his first 2 outings following the World Cup break. Wan-Bissaka delivered a splendid assist on the stretch against Burnley and also had a solid performance in midweek versus Forest without any hiccups. Of course, Tanhaag will want him to be involved more in the final third, but for now, it appears the right-back has managed to revive his Red Devils career. Wan-Bissaka has now been handed a perfect platform to establish himself as the first-choice right-back. Tyrell Malacia understands why he was dropped from Manchester United starting lineup by Erik Tanhaag. Manchester United star Tyrell Malacia understands Erik Tanhaag's reason for dropping him from the Red Devils starting lineup. The Holland international is still determined to do his best at the club. After impressing in the 2-1 win over Liverpool in the Premier League, the 23-year-old pipped Luke Shaw in the pecking order. However, after the 6-3 loss to Manchester City and the former Feyenoord Stars' error against Omonia and the 3-2 victory in Europa League, he lost his place in the team. Since then, the England international has been preferred by the Dutch manager at left back. Speaking to the media via Metro, Malacia realizes that he needs to do better. Since then, the youngster has been putting in the work in training. He said the following: "I just didn't play well against City. In the next match, I had a small mistake. Then the trainer has to make choices. I just have to make sure that I train well. I did that," Tanhaag also said to me. The 23-year-old made his way to the Old Trafford side in the recent transfer window from the Eredivisie. After making his way up through the youth ranks at the Rotterdam-based club, the Holland international established himself as a regular in the 2021 campaign. Malacia has brought energy and tenacity to the left-hand side of United's defense. The left-back's doggedness has been appreciated by many fans. The 23-year-old has started in our previous 2 fixtures against Burnley in the Carabao Cup and the league fixture against Nottingham Forest. The youngster has been decent in both matches. Malacia's arrival has increased the competition for a place at left back in Tanhaag's starting lineup. Hopefully, he and Shaw can push each other to bring out their best for United. Everton interested in a January loan move for Manchester United youngster Anthony Elanga. Premier League rivals Everton are interested in a loan move for Manchester United star Anthony Elanga in the upcoming transfer window, according to Manchester Evening News. The Goodison Park outfit are keen on a temporary move for the 20-year-old. However, it's unlikely that the Red Devils will part ways with the youngster before bolstering the attack. A number of other clubs are eyeing a move for the Sweden international, but the Old Trafford side will not let him go before Jadon Sancho returns and the club sign a new forward. Elanga broke out in the Red Devils' first team after Ralf Rangnick's arrival. The former interim head coach opted to give the youngster considerable minutes, with other forwards underwhelming. However, with the Dutch manager's arrival, the 20-year-old has seen his game time dwindle. The Old Trafford side signed Antony in the recent transfer window. The Brazilian has been preferred by the gaffer on the right-hand side of the attack. Marcus Rashford has also seemingly found his feet under Erik Tanhaag. After failing to make an impact last season, the 25-year-old has become the main man at the Manchester-based club in the current campaign. As of now, we are already stretched thin with the options in our front line. However, if we sign another forward in January, it would be wise to let Elanga leave to have more opportunities elsewhere. Donny van Der Beek could save his Manchester United career as an emergency striker. Manchester United's need for a goal scorer will see Erik Tanhaag look to exhaust every option available to him in the months ahead. One option at his disposal is to turn to bit-part player Donny van Der Beek as an emergency solution. Van Der Beek has barely played this season, partly due to injury, but even when fully fit, He is United's sixth choice midfielder after Casimiro, Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, Fred and Scott McTominay. It would make sense for United to cash in on Van de Beek and use the funds to buy a striker. However, if United don't want to do this, then they have to find a way to utilize the Dutchman. So what is Donny van de Beek good at? Well, he has barely shown it at Old Trafford, but his top trait is managing to get on the ball in the final third and score goals. This saw him net 41 goals for Ajax. At United, he has only 2. The obvious way around this is to get Van de Beek into forward areas more frequently. Speaking back in the summer, when he first took over, Erik Tanhaag said of Van de Beek via Metro, his best position is in the box of the opponent and playing just behind the striker. He has a really good smell for being in the right position. Erik Tanhaag may be trying to implement this already. In the win over Forest, Van de Beek made 10 of his 15 touches in the final third, seeing a shot at goal blocked. Pushing Van de Beek up as a second striker would be a way to make him more effective when United need a goal, and he could even deputize up front if it gets desperate. Former Manchester United caretaker, boss Michael Carrick, spoke last year of his belief Van de Beek could play as a false 9 role for the club, having seen him do it before under Erik ten Hag. At the moment there does not look to be a clear way into the team in midfield for Van de Beek. He failed to seize his chance during the winter friendlies, missing 1 match due to injury. Up front, United are short of numbers until a striker arrives at least, and if he can start to make an impact and chip in with a few goals, this is an area where he can add some value to the team. Long term, it may not be a solution for him at United, but in the short term, it's a way for Van de Beek to make himself useful. Man United interested in Yann Sommer, who could leave Borussia Monchengladbach immediately. Manchester United have inquired over Borussia Monchengladbach goalkeeper Yann Sommer, who could be sold in the upcoming transfer window, German outlet Bild claim. The Switzerland international has been a mainstay at the Bundesliga outfit for 8.5 seasons, but he is unlikely to extend his contract expiring in June 2023. As a result, Mönchengladbach are assessing his future, while a farewell is on the cards next summer. It's claimed that they could also decide to sell him immediately. United and Bayern München are said to have inquired over his availability. Martin Dubravka was signed from Newcastle United on loan last summer, with the view to competing with David De Gea for the number 1 position this season. However, the Slovakian has failed to impress. He has made just 2 appearances and was poor against Burnley, where his high-profile error was avoided by Casimiro's goal line clearance. In our view, the Red Devils should look to terminate Dubravka's deal and replace him with Sommer, who could be available for around £5 million next month. The 33-year-old has been one of Bundesliga's best performing shot stoppers. Aside from his strong reflexes, he has excelled with his short and long-range distribution. Sommer has averaged an impressive 45 accurate passes in the league this term, with 7 long balls. This is far superior from De Gea's tally of 18 passes and 5 long balls. He could be a strong competitor to the Spaniard going forward if United have no plans of reinstating Dean Henderson after his loan spell at Nottingham Forest. After Henderson's explosive comments about United disrespecting him, he is most likely to be sold. Meanwhile, De Gea looks on course to stay at Old Trafford next term. Instead of triggering a 1-year extension, talks are underway over a new deal with a likely pay cut. £16 million reasons for Manchester United to pay up now for Joao Felix. Manchester United are reported to be reluctant to pay Atletico Madrid's demands for Joao Felix. The Times report United do not want to pay the £8 million loan fee plus his wages, a calculated £16 million for the deal combined. There is reason to back United's stance over this very expensive loan, but Joao Felix is a very special player, and opportunities to sign him do not come along every day. United risk missing out on Felix altogether, worse still, seeing him sign for a rival Premier League club. The Red Devils reportedly do not have money to spend this month, given the stance on Atletico's demands for Felix, but there are questions to be asked. Normally, when a club is supposedly cash-strapped, you could not expect them to pull £16 million out of nowhere to do a deal, and yet, this is the figure Manchester United reportedly have just saved on Cristiano Ronaldo's wages. The Mail reported that cancelling Ronaldo's £500,000 per week contract has spared Manchester United a total outlay of £16 million. It's possibly not a coincidence that Ronaldo's agent Jorge Mendes is also Joao Felix's representative. He will know that United had this kind of money available when helping to construct the terms of his possible loan exit with Atletico. So far, Manchester United have not been swayed, but there is a case to just pay up and bring Felix on board, who is a very special player. If United have a better option lineup, then passing on this fee would make sense. What we cannot risk is United ending up with nobody or going begging on a transfer deadline day for a bottom-of-the-barrel option. If the Red Devils bring him aboard, it will also be a small gamble, but one the club should have available funds for. Manchester United supporters are entitled to ask how the savings from Ronaldo's exit will be used to improve the squad, and even if they will at all, at present there is no answer. I will be uploading daily Man United news show, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.